Hello, everyone. In case you're just joining us and joining the stream, this is Industries Live on AWS. So what this is a stream focused on the industries and how some of our industry partners are solving challenges for the industries by building cloud solutions running on AWS. And in this series, we talk about what are those insights they're seeing directly from the industry, what are the clever ways that they're building on AWS and to solve those challenges, and getting some insights about what is happening within that. This episode, we're taking a little bit of a lens on telecom, but because of the nature of it, where it is customer experience, it actually expands out beyond just telecom, and sometimes a telecom solution that solves the needs of other industries and other business levels. So with this section, I'm going to introduce as well, in case you're just joining in, my co-hosts today. So Ryan, would you like to say another hello?
Thank you, Jason. Yeah, I'm Ryan Sowell, and I'm the AWS Senior Partner Development Specialist for Telco worldwide. And as Jason mentioned, today we're exploring how Gen AI is changing the customer experience landscape with an eye on the telecommunications industry. We just concluded a fascinating conversation with Lawrence and Oscar from Vonage, learning about how their recent innovations with Amazon Novasonic and the use cases that this exciting technology unlocks. So now I'm pleased to introduce our next partner, Digiclarity, to learn how they're using AWS Gen AI services to open up new SMB markets for telcos to serve. And we also have our special guest with us, Glenn from our telco industry business unit here at AWS. Glenn, you want to say another quick hello to the viewers?
Yeah, great to see everybody again. I support the go-to-market for the telcos, and specifically them being able to approach the small businesses and provide a real high-value service to them. That's what we're excited to see from Jason and Digiclarity today.
And Jason, welcome onto the stream.
Yeah, hey guys, thanks so much for having me. It's an honor to be with you guys this morning.
Jason, we will go in a little bit deeper, but would you like to just tell us a little bit about yourself and a little background as we kick off?
No, absolutely. Yeah. So Jason Keel, I am managing partner at Digiclarity, a company I co-founded back in 2012 to really help customers modernize their applications. That was in a time where cloud was such a buzzword, kind of like AI is today. And so started that back in 2012, but I've been working in tech all the way back to when I was a kid, modding for our Twitch fans out there, modding SimCity 2000, building in the SimCity developer kit. So I've been working, love working in technology for all those years, and just kind of love that sandbox vibe where you're optimizing and building, and I've just taken that with me all the way up to the present. I will say I had a few side quests over the years that kind of helped shape the small business platform that we're going to be talking about a little later. I somehow talked my wife into remodeling houses many years back, and that really got me in the front line of working with small businesses. And you really see how difficult it is. I'm sitting there leveling a floor, helping lay tile up in the attics, working alongside these professionals. And you really see how difficult it is to scale, and we'll talk about that a little later. But up until today, now I look after our delivery and execution of products for our customers, and have been hyper focused on our small medium business platform that we're going to talk about today, and how that can help small businesses, and also how it can help telcos offer value as well.
I will mention, Jason, you called out, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn Live.
Yeah.
And we did, Erie Edits did mention that side quests do make life more fun. So I think you got some validation.
Absolutely.
What would life be without some side quests?
You got to get that 100%. That's what we're all striving for.
For anyone in the chat, feel free. We'd love to hear from you. If you have questions about what we're talking about, insights, please share in the chat as we're going through. And with that, Ryan, you want to kick us off?
Yeah. So Jason, obviously you're a very engaged partner with AWS. Could you just tell us a little bit about your partnership with us, and specifically how you got started with Amazon Connect?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's an awesome question. We started with AWS around 2017, and so Digiclarity had been around for about 5 years at that point, and had grown significantly with our application modernization that I just mentioned. And we were at that time working for a global hospitality giant, wonderful company. We were helping them modernize, move to the cloud. And their director of call center technology approached me and said, "Hey, Jason, what do you think about helping us move off of our existing telephony platform into a cloud focused platform?" And I mean, what am I going to say to that? Of course. Yeah, I'd love to help. And it turns out that product was Amazon. Well, back then it was actually Lily. So we've been working with it since it's been known as Lily all the way back in 2017. So with that opportunity, we spent most of 2018 just drinking from a fire hose, literally. I know that's used a lot, but it was training. I was finding resources to help build out a team focused and learning Amazon Connect. And back then it was the Wild West. You were learning any way possible. We were meeting with service team, we were meeting with leaders on the Connect team, doing full day immersions and trainings, just trying to get up to speed. And later, the goal was to get this customer off of their existing platform by the end of the year. The support contract was coming up, and you've got to move them. You can't have a conversation of we've got to stay on. So pressure was on, but our team, along with their team, and it wasn't just Digi who did this. It was a whole army of folks who helped move them over. I remember very clearly, I think we were at reInvent in 2018 when they were scheduled to go live. I think it was a Wednesday. That's actually Glenn. That's where I met Glenn in all of this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's where you and Glenn met, was on that project, right?
Yeah, I was helping to lead the charge with Amazon Connect in the early days, and that large global company was really top on the list. One of the first 3 or 4 companies that onboarded to Amazon Connect. So exciting time.
It was exciting. And I remember, Glenn, I think you might have been at reInvent. Tom Gormley, you may remember him. He came up to me at the Bellagio. Everybody was nervous. He was like, "We're going live, right?" And I'm like, "I haven't heard otherwise." And then I get a message about an hour later that we're live. And so that was a huge win for AWS. It was a ginormous win for Digiclarity, and obviously for the customer as well, who we still partner with and are a great partner of ours. That's how we got started in the AWS ecosystem. We were already doing things with the cloud and things like that, but that really put a rocket on us. And ever since then, we've continued. That momentum has carried us forward. We've worked with all sorts of businesses on Amazon Connect, small startups to large other Fortune 500 companies. Our focus, though, has really stayed around travel and hospitality. That's kind of a core pod that we offer. And we most recently just migrated JetBlue over to Amazon Connect late last year, and we've spent most of this year, the last 7 months or so, kind of optimizing, improving, enhancing. Vonage is doing cool stuff with Novasonic. With JetBlue, we're also doing cool stuff with Nova, and helping them use AI to better understand their customers and where self-service can help save dollars. So that's really how we got started, Ryan, back in 2017, and it's been an awesome journey ever since.
Yeah, so it sounds like you've kind of got this foothold in travel and hospitality.
Yep.
You're able to connect with Glenn. Sounds like he called you up, and I'm going to kind of ask both of y'all now. Like, it's I know you've been collaborating together on this SMB solution. I guess we're calling it Course of CX for SMB now. Glenn, Jason, do you want to talk about kind of how you landed on that and kind of what this opens up for our telco customers?
We had an interesting client that had a proposition. It was, how quickly can you allow a small business to self-serve 100% and deliver an end-to-end experience for that business? So I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about what all Jason had done with the large hospitality company and all the automation that he did behind the scenes with DevOps expertise. And I said, "Jason, can we do this?" And he said, "Yeah, absolutely. I know how to do it." And I said, "Well, okay, we need to go ahead and put together a demo, and you got to be able to show it And that's where it all generated. And the more that we learned about the industry, the more that it became relevant as to the real value. And when we think about telcos, it's a huge opportunity for those telcos to be able to sell added value to their customers. It's not just a phone or a fixed line or network communication. It's really providing something of value that generates a business, efficiency and savings, but also build that relationship between the business and their customers.
Yeah, I think the DevOps really played a huge role in how we were able to do this. We've got an amazing team. I know Sabash is watching live out there, and he's got a wonderful team that he leads that has really just helped us tremendously to be able to say, how could we do, originally we were thinking, how can we do Connect out of the box? How could we set up Connect? Because Connect really transformed the way customers worked with cloud technology in general. I mean, you were able to go set up and you had a contact center in days. Of course, it takes time to fully set that up, but how could we take that down to minutes so that, for example, my electrician, Roman, how could he use this product in a matter of minutes? And I think it's just a testament to the years and years we've put into automation, and being able to scale that out was really the differentiator there.
I was curious, dude. I love the story about meeting at reInvent all the way back in, would you say 2018, or is it?
Well, yeah, we started 2017, and then we launched during reInvent 2018.
That's great. That's one of the coolest things been chatting with you as we've been talking about this episode was just the way you've talked about like embracing AWS services within Corsa CX. And one of the things that caught my attention was you mentioned not only does it work and can integrate with Amazon Connect, but also that the team had worked with the Amazon Nova family of foundation models, which we talked a little bit about in the first half. I'm curious, could you dive a little bit deeper and talk about what are some of the AWS services that are really core and leveraged within the solution, and any insights with something like Amazon Nova that you found with that early integration?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so Corsa, just a little background on Corsa CX. I know, for the Twitch fans out there, again, if you've ever played Gran Turismo or any of the racing games, you'll know Corsa means speed or race or fast, and that's really what Digi is all about. Is how can we get you to market very quickly, and for the small businesses, how can we get you up and running in minutes? And so that's really where that name came from. That's our name for a suite of products. We've got post-call analytics, a number of other products in the pipeline. But for this specific product for SMBs, we're leveraging a ton of different technology. So AWS Bedrock, for example, in the Nova models, we're leveraging that upon instance creation. So, Jason, imagine you're an electrician and you want to sign up for the software, and you go in and you type a little bit about your business. Well, Bedrock then takes that, understands the context, and is actually going to create starter templates based on your actual business. Now, maybe you wanted to start a pet grooming company. Then Bedrock's going to take that, understand the context, and create you a product that's relevant to the business that you're in. So that's one of the cool ways we're using AI. We want to use AI to help shape the platform for the individual business. In addition to that, we're also leveraging the Nova models all across the application in terms of, let's say, scheduling. If we want to check our schedules or use an assistant to help understand when one of our technicians are free, we can do that. Same thing for quoting and invoicing. Maybe I created an invoice for Glenn last week, and I want to then copy that invoice right over to you, Ryan. Then it's really simple to do all that with our platform. So all the Nova models are in use. Of course, deep integration with Amazon Connect and telephony. All of that's in this platform.
That's great to hear. And it's a good point. I mean, I know the life, especially talking with you and Glenn and kind of talking about things of the life of a small business owner, there's sort of often never enough time in the day. So like finding ways to use generative AI on something like Amazon Bedrock and the Nova models to help speed that journey so they can help fill in the information so they can really just focus on their business and not so much on what at AWS we'd call that undifferentiated heavy lifting. So it's really great to hear how you've integrated that.
Well, and that's just it, right? The small businesses, and like I mentioned earlier, when I was doing home remodeling, back then, I got to work with these professionals, and even today, Glenn and we've interviewed several, and we just, we had some conversations with a general contractor a few weeks ago, and one of the big struggles is, where do you find the time to go and create the quotes? I mean, these professionals are out there every day working hard, and then they get noticed, they get referrals, business is good, they're booked up for many months, and that sounds like success, right? And it is until it's not, when you're up until 1 a.m. trying to respond to customers. I think Glenn, we were talking, and one of the things he mentioned was he doesn't even read his text messages until he gets home, because he has to keep track of who even sent him a message. It's like that kind of stuff. How can we help solve those problems and help, and help these types of businesses be able to organize and scale? It's really a scaling problem. You get so far, you're doing such a great job, but then how do you then take that to the next level? Or how do you just have a life and enjoy time with your family? And that's really what our software is all about, is helping scale to whatever degree that you want.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that.
Yep.
Do we want to?
Yeah, you want to? I think obviously we kind of talked about what's so cool about the solution is it can touch on, like, it can be addressable to so many different kinds of small businesses. But then, since this is a telco themed episode, it'd be great to kind of hear a little bit more between you and Glenn about how kind of that like convergence is happening, especially like what are those advantages that, like, or things that a telco can offer from like those early touch points and such to really leverage and amplify from there.
Well, when you look at the industry, over 98% of small businesses, their only touch point communication is the mobile device. And if you can go ahead and enhance the way that they communicate and improve their communications with the end customer, that's very powerful. And because telecommunication companies provide mobile phones, fixed lines, they have really the pulse of those small businesses. They always go to, typically to a telco to sign up for, getting a new line or a new phone. That's a great opportunity to offer a value-added service like what Digiclarity provides. And there's when you think about the market, over 95% of the small businesses are less than 20, employees. So it's a underserved market that, 60, 70% really don't use any technology at all.
Yeah, and I think it makes a ton of sense from a telco perspective, because imagine you're signing up for a new business line. Now the telco can understand your business and offer these solutions directly to their hundreds of thousands of small business customers. So I think, over the years, telcos, they've invested a ton of money into infrastructure and technology and, LTE and 5G now and broadband and all of this. And how can so they're great at providing all of the architecture, the infrastructure, but what else can we do to help grow that business? How can we bring modern software applications as a value add for their small businesses? That's why I think this product for telcos, and we've gotten a great response. I think, Glenn, you see it. Mm-hmm. The folks are excited about being able to offer technology like this.
They are.
So is the idea this would be like an add-on feature to their existing, maybe it's not even enterprise plan, it could just be like their own personal plan, right?
Yeah, the bundling of services, they're very familiar in doing that. And, if you think about how telcos provide services today, a lot of them, they're in this space already. They're providing unified communication services, some of them providing contact center services. So they have that expertise and understanding of the market. But now to be able to apply real value where you're generating, real business savings and time that they can produce, more revenue perhaps, is a pretty powerful opportunity for them. To monetize and build the customer base that they already have.
And this opens up, what did you say, Glenn? This was 99% of the business market kind of falls in this category?
It is. And again, it's because you typically in the past, it was a lot of effort to install anything. Whether it's a unified communication service or if you try to have contact center features, it was a major undertaking, and they don't have the services, service expertise. They don't have the, not only just the technical, but they don't have the resources. So having something that's 100% auto provision is really powerful and valuable to these small businesses.
Jason, do you have a point?
Well, I was just going to say, we've kind of talked about like the sort of those challenges of getting started. And Jason, I know you had shared that great video just kind of showing how simple it is. Should we look at that real quick?
Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, let's show the registration, just how simple it is to get set up.
Welcome to the Corsa CX Suite, Connect for SMB platform, the smarter, faster way to run your business. Getting started takes less than a minute. From the Corsa CX Business Solutions page, just click Get Started. Fill out a few quick details, your business name, industry, size, and a short description. From there, our AI takes over. It automatically sets up your entire business portal. No technical setup, no long forms, just a ready-to-use platform built around you. Your portal becomes the central hub for your operations, allowing you to manage appointments, assign technicians, communicate with customers, and even handle invoicing, all in one place. Setting up your business platform shouldn't take days. That's why we've made it effortless, guiding you through 5 quick steps designed to get your business fully operational in minutes. It starts with choosing the features that power your operations. Whether you need to schedule appointments, send professional invoices, or build instant quotes for your customers, it's all here, ready to go. Next, make it yours with custom branding, your logo, your colors, your name. Our AI then helps you define your services, suggesting offerings based on your business type, so you're not starting from scratch. Add, edit, or launch with our recommendations. Support is already live. Your number works right away, with voice flows, hold music, and customer voice experience set up and tested. And finally, just confirm your business name and address. That's it. A complete platform, built to help you onboard customers, communicate, send invoices, and get paid. Technicians get a personalized dashboard where they can track upcoming jobs, while customers enjoy a simple booking process, selecting the service they need, entering their details, and choosing a time that works for them. For technicians, logging in is easy. Just enter your email and password to access your dashboard and see all your appointments. Assigning technicians is just as easy. Review open requests and approved, match the right person to the right job, and keep everything moving smoothly. For even more convenience, Corsa CX offers the Connect Small Business mobile app. Just open the app, scan the QR code to log in, and enter your password. You can manage it all on the go. Log in, view appointments, respond to requests, anytime, anywhere. This is the power of the Corsa CX platform. Fully automated, fully integrated, ready to onboard customers, schedule work, communicate, and get paid.
Wow. Oh, that says wow.
That's really the idea, and that was just a quick, high level, but it's really that simple to go in and get going. And we of course integrate in with other platforms like QuickBooks and Xero and things like that as well. So we wanted to just we know that these types of businesses are so busy helping and serving their customers. How could we make something approachable? And it's not like technology doesn't exist in this area. It does, but it's a little difficult and can take a lot of time to get ramped up. And my electrician Roman, he doesn't have the time. He's busy out doing jobs, working for his customers to get set up. So that's why we've spent a ton of time, Glenn and I both, working with folks in this field, tying it back to my experience working with these guys many years ago. But it's not just for home services businesses either. I mean, think mobile car wash. We're working with some small startups as well. Fill in the blank travel is one of our partners here who is going to help adapt this to the travel agency world and tourism and things like that. It's really any small business can take advantage of this.
That's great. I love it on the video. You can kind of see that auto populating. That's the part where like the bedrock comes into play, right?
Correct.
Where you can automatically find those similar themes or keywords or descriptions.
Totally. Well, we recommend services based on the type of business, right? And so if I come in and I'm an HVAC company, then my invoices are going to be tailored to that way. We're going to be talking about things that are related to that specific industry versus maybe I'm a pet salon owner. Then the scheduling is going to be different. You're going to be bringing your little furry friend or pet to us, and we'll schedule that way. So it totally adapts based on the type of business that you are.
Now, a differentiator is the native voice integration in the inbound, right? Could you talk a little bit about that, Glenn or Jason, and kind of how this is, really game changer?
Totally, and I think you saw Vonage speak a little bit about this in the show just a few minutes ago, and that's really where we're taking this. We want to make it totally simple for a small business to get a number, reuse their existing number, and have a fully built out contact center. Imagine you're an electrician and you're out working on job sites all day, and you've got customers who are calling you. We're trying to do a pool remodel, and we've had to call multiple contractors, and sometimes they just don't answer. And so what do? Well, you call the next one, and that's just they're not answering because they don't want to. It's just they're out working on other jobs and helping their existing customers. So how can we solve that problem? And I think what Vonage had brought up, the speech-to-speech automated assistant, that's something we're baking into this platform as well with Novasonic, where we want to have we want to allow small businesses to have their customers call in and to be able to do a lookup about who that customer calling is and what jobs have been done, and allow them to schedule and do basic level self-service so that I'm not getting voicemail and then calling a different contractor. We want to help them scale and continue to drive revenue.
Love it. I know we're close. We've had a great discussion so far. I was curious, Jason, I know we had a couple extra example videos we could look at, and also just closing thoughts. Anywhere you'd like to start to wrap us up?
I think totally. I think let's take a look at the one of the things for small businesses is, how do you know what time they're going to arrive? We were doing, like I mentioned, we were calling pool contractors, and we had somebody show up a day earlier. That's fine, but we didn't know that they were on their way. And so technology, really quickly on the trades specifically, that industry is growing and it's becoming ever important, especially in the world of AI, where there's a lot of uncertainty about jobs. But, at least right now, there's not an AI powered robot that's going to go tunnel underneath your house to fix your main drain. So I'm really bullish on the trades and technology coming to this area. So we wanted to bring down technology from think rideshare or DoorDash. So let's cue up the live tracking demo.
Real-time job tracking for home service businesses. With Corsa CX Suite, Connect for SMB, your technicians stay connected and your customers stay informed. On the technician's mobile app, your team simply marks themselves en route. That single action triggers a real-time SMS to the customer, letting them know who's coming, when they'll arrive, and what to expect. This builds confidence and reduces no-shows by keeping customers in the loop. Customers love knowing who's coming and when. Customer View. Real-time GPS tracking shows your technician on the way, helping your business deliver the kind of transparency and professionalism today's customers expect. Corsa CX Suite. Connect for SMB platform, real-time customer updates made simple. CorsaCX.com.
For more information about the product, just definitely go out to website digiclarity.com/SMB. If you know or work with any contractors that you think might be a good fit for this product, we have a private beta that's live right now. Would love to onboard more. And if you're a telco or you work with other small businesses, check out our partners page at digiclarity.com/partners, and let's see how we can work together.
And you're on Marketplace as well?
Marketplace, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, we're on AWS Marketplace. Search for Corsa CX or Digiclarity out there if you're looking to take a look on the Marketplace side.
Thanks again, Jason. It's been awesome to hear the insights, just kind of how you serve those small businesses and in a really interesting way and leverage AI. It's just very unique. I haven't heard a story quite like it. So I really appreciate you sharing with us today. And Ryan, Glenn, as well, thanks you for bringing your expertise from the industry. And with that, we're going to start to wrap up. So thanks everyone for watching today. This again was Industries Live. We stream every other week on Tuesdays at 8 a.m. So please follow the social media page that you're on right now. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks with an episode on financial services. So look out for that, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.